maybe the first company I see in my life is like this. He helped the people.
That's unique in cycling, I think, but it's also nice, that you can be a really small part of that.
Qhubeka is like a structured charity it's not just giving people something, it's giving them like a hand to help them and to help them sort of fend for themselves, you know. It's like, and that's pretty powerful, I think.
The choice every team when I compare with another team, this team I prefer it, so that's why I joined.
For me, it's a team with a soul. You know, there is something more than just a professional bike team. It's especially the Qhubeka charity. That's something that I really like, and it has something extra.
Something extra indeed. Good evening, and that's how we start tonight's show. I'm Tabi Sosichole. It's going to be a rather busy edition of Sports Live tonight. I'm not alone. MTN-Qhubeka joins me. As you saw, we began the show with an exclusive interview. We're going to have shortly MTN-Qhubeka team principal, Douglas Ryder. He joins us on the show. We speak about Team Qhubeka as they unveil the riders ahead of this year's Tour de France, so you cannot miss out. And obviously, other breaking news early in the day. MTN-Qhubeka joins me. Lebo, you've got a whole lot on your plate as well. In fact, this is an extended Sports Live broadcast. We're going on for about an hour tonight. What do you have on the show for us?
Well, Tabi, on the show, we also have the news that broke earlier this evening that Sepp Blatter announcing that he will be stepping down as FIFA president amid the storm the world governing body finds itself in. Velembuli joins us in trying to unpack the events of the day a little later in the show.
Indeed, I think Andrew Jennings, a reporter out in the UK who broke the story as well. We're going to try and speak to him on the show on that matter. So do stay tuned right here on SABC Sports Live. This is SABC News Channel 404. Thank you very much for joining us. Before we conclude our interview, in fact, begin our interview, let's take a quick look at this clip.
እዚኣነ መጀመርታ ኣፍሪቃዊት ጋንታ ዝተመዝገበት Grand Tour.
Unser Team besteht aus 9 Fahrern, 18 Betreuern und wir sprechen 8 verschiedene Sprachen.
Ons praat almal 8 verskillende tale.
Pero todos nosotros corremos por los mismos objetivos.
Per migliorare il progetto della Qhubeka.
En om de sport van fietseren op de Afrika-continent te bevorderen.
Well, there you have it. MTN-Qhubeka is a professional continental cycling team based in South Africa that participates in the UCI Continental Circus races as well as the World Tour races. The team was founded in 2007, becoming a continental team in 2008. I'm not alone. Renette van Rensburg joins us, somebody who's traveled with the team. Renette, welcome to Sports Live. Before we get to Douglas, there he is. Speak to us a bit more about this team. 2007, 2008, you've traveled with them. I remember we crossed you a couple of times, having a chat to you about that. What does the significance of this, before you get to Douglas, that big announcement?
Well, first of all, it's the first time in history that a South African team is riding at the Tour de France. And Douglas is going to now reveal those riders to us. Yeah. But, we can at this stage say there will be South African riders and African riders, and it's truly quite an amazing feat for cycling in South Africa. Yeah.
Maybe I should ask Douglas the first question. Douglas, how did you get about choosing this team? You've chosen 11. What did you look for in as far as the names that you chose tonight?
Yeah, thanks. I mean, we looked at obviously the course is very important in terms of the terrain that the Tour de France goes over. So, there's certain riders for certain roles in a team, and they focus on different disciplines in the race. So the race is really hard this year's Tour de France. It's never easy. It's always a big challenge, and 21 days, 3,500 kilometers, you got to be a good bike rider to get through it. And so we, as a team, we want to win stages. We want to be very aggressive and very focused in the racing. So we focused our selection on our riders with that in mind. But also we are uniquely African, and our African story and our African roots are thick and strong in our team. And so we wanted that to also shine through in the first ever African registered team to go to a Tour de France.
In fact, when you see the overlay and how we started the show itself, that is what MTN-Qhubeka is about, isn't it?
Yes, I mean the Qhubeka charity is an institution, I guess, that we believe in every day and we love, and our riders race all the time to try and raise awareness to that. And our team races for a greater cause than just winning bike races, and that makes us unique, I guess, and that also just inspires our riders to dig deeper and go harder when they're suffering in the rain and cold and the side of the road, and with some of the biggest names in the world of cycling.
Right. Anything for Douglas before he makes that announcement?
Well, first of all, the best of luck to you and the team. It's quite an amazing achievement, and it's now almost just about a month and 2 days to go. So also the final preparations, all the things that needs to be put into place. So the best of luck to you for that.
Thank you very much.
Well, there it is. Let's take away Douglas, the first name on your list. In fact, what do we do? How do you do this? Do you want to read out the full names first and then chat about them one by one, or we'll give you time? How do you want to do this?
We can go through them one by one if you'd like. I mean, if they go up on the screen. But I mean, the first rider that we have actually, that was, his name is Edvald Boasson-Hagen. He was
Edvald Boasson-Hagen is the first one that comes up.
From Norway. He was part of 2 of Tour de France winning teams before with Team Sky. He joined us from Team Sky. He was with Wiggins and with Froome, as part of the Tour de France team, their team's winning team. So he's a fantastic guy to have as an experienced rider in our team and to help mentor our guys and get them through all the challenges of the media and just what to do at the Tour de France. So I mean, even Robbie Hunter said the other day, if you sleep an hour extra a night, after 21 days you've gained a day, and that kind of really helps you in the final week of preparation. So Edvald will really, really help us. Then we move on to Louis Meintjes. Louis Meintjes, of course, is the African champion, second at the World Championships 2 years ago. An absolute South African rock star at the moment. We're going to really look forward to him to do some significant I guess, performances in the final week of the Tour and potentially wear the best young riders jersey. I mean, that is really possible. So we look forward to Louis doing some extremely good performances. Then our South African champion, Jacques Janse van Rensburg, to carry the South African flag on your shoulders in an event like the Tour de France is the most emotional moment. And for him he's wanted this title for so long, and to have it in the Tour de France is going to be fantastic. Then we've got Steve Cummings from the UK. He actually did... Okay, let's go to Daniel Tekla. Daniel is an Eritrean rider on our team. He was actually the pioneer of African cycling, North African cycling, I guess, when he went to the UCI, the World Cycling Centre, 5 years ago, and was kind of the first rider of colour from Africa to go and race in
we've got back to Steve. There's Steve.
So Steve is a British rider. He's very experienced. He's an incredible time trialist. There are 2 time trials in the Tour de France, so he's a specialist time trialist. So he'll be looking to do and potentially do really well in the first stage, which is an individual prologue. I mean, can you imagine that we wear a yellow jersey on the first stage because he wins? I mean, there's some good riders, but that's a possibility. So Steve is there for his time trialing ability. Then Tyler Farrar, I think, is next. He's the American rider on our team. Tyler he's won a stage in every Grand Tour. He's won a few stages in the Tour de France. One of the best classics riders in the world, and to have him in the first 8 to 10 days of the Tour, which is all in the northern parts of Europe, Belgium, Holland, and then the northern parts of France, he will be a big asset to our team, and hopefully we'll go for stage wins too.
Yeah.
Then Reinhard Janssen van Rensburg, is South African, nicknamed the Beast, was with us in 2012 and for years before that, and then left to go to the World Tour in 2013 and 2014 for a World Tour team, and now he's joined us again, and he's had an incredibly good...
No relations to Van Rensburg?
No,
Jacques. Next to him.
No, not this one, or Jacques. I mean, we've got Jacques Janssen van Rensburg and Reinhard Janssen van Rensburg.
They got all the sporting genes.
And they're not brothers. But Reinhard is also going to be looking in the first week to really get onto the podium and to try and win a stage. So he's fantastic. So then we go into another European rider, Serge Pauls. He's just come 5th in the Tour of Norway, Belgium rider.
Yep.
He came from Amiga Pharma Quickstep last year. He actually helped Rigoberto Urán to come 2nd in the Giro d'Italia. Incredible talent, as I said, 5th in Norway just recently, and he will really be the support rider to Louis in the mountains as we get closer to the Pyrenees and the Alps in the second last half or the second part of the tour. Then Marawi Kudus, he spoke a bit earlier in the clip. He's a young Eritrean rider, was the youngest rider on our team and the youngest rider in the Tour of Spain last year and finished, youngest starter and finisher. So he's only 21 years of age, and he's a super climber, and we're hoping that he could do and light up the race. Born in Eritrea, amazing bike rider, so we look forward to big success from him. I think the next one will be Natnal Bahani, also Eritrean rider. Last year he won the Tour of we're back to Daniel. So Daniel, we spoke about Daniel just now. Daniel is an incredible guy, great time trialist. Then Natnal Bahani, Yusuf Regagi. Sorry, Yusuf, Algerian rider, won the Tour of Langkawi just a month or so ago, and this was a stage winner there. 2 great sprinters. So if one of our sprinters, have an issue, I guess in the next month before the Tour de France starts, he'll come in. So he's pretty much one of the reserves or one of the reserve riders on the team at the moment. And then finally, Natnal Bahani is a great climber, also from Eritrea, won the Tour of Turkey last year. So that's the 11, and we chose 11 riders because 9 can start, and we have to put the final team in up until 48 hours before the race because you never know. We could have a broken collarbone. Something could happen to a rider in the next month of final preparation. Yeah.
In fact, Yusuf, according to Renette, is the hottie of the team. So I know that she's definitely looking forward to it. But let's speak now about the Tour de France, Doug. I remember when you got the invite. You came here. We had a chat to you about that and how important that was for not only an African team but for the sport. I mean, I know you get fairly emotional with this because it is. I mean, it's a big achievement just to get an invite, and this is the first team. These are the first names that we're representing, not only South Africa, the continent at large. These are the names that will stand out for the African continent against the big hitters of the world in cycling.
I mean, we started this project 10 years ago, and it was hard to get the riders who knew and believed that they could race at that level, to put the support structure behind it, the high performance, the talent search across the African continent to find the best riders that we could, to work with national federations, to work with the UCI and the governing body of cycling in South Africa as well, to try and put the best team together, and then, lobby with ASO and go and ride the races that they wanted us to do, and then perform well. And the Tour de France doesn't put a team in because it's African and it's unique. They put a team in that they know that can compete at a high level, and we've really proven that we can. And I think our most significant performance in the last 2 years was Louis Meintjes' 11th place in Liège-Bastogne-Liège only a few weeks ago. And that was a phenomenal performance from a guy that is... Last year he was 61st, lost 4 minutes, and this year he was 11th, and in the last kilometre he was fighting for the victory. It shows how far this team has come and the potential of it. And the Tour de France is going to be an amazing opportunity for all of us, and it's going to be incredible and will be the door opener for African cycling for sure. And we've never done a Tour de France before, so we don't even know what the experience is going to be like, and so we're pretty nervous. I can tell you more next year, but when we're back, let's hope. But it's an incredible experience for the whole team, and I think they all anxious and nervous, and if they're as nervous as I am, then they're pretty nervous.
Douglas, speaking of results, the riders have been going extremely well. Edwald Bosenhagen also got the top spots in the Sunday's 5th and final stage of the Tour of Fords in Norway. Are your preparations for the tour, are those going according to plan?
So we had obviously the 2 stage races in Norway now, and Bosenhagen finished second in the Tour of Norway and then won a stage in the Tour de Fjords, which was amazing. His first victory since 2013, actually, so that's a big boost for him. We've got some preparation races to go, so some people are saying to us, well, why is the team racing? Shouldn't you be resting them for the race? And actually, racing is your best preparation. So we've just had Louis and Marawi and Daniel and Nutnal training in the Alps. They've been living on the top of the Col de Galibier and recceing the last week of the Tour de France. So they've done that for 10 days in the snow. It's still snowing in France, which is amazing. So hopefully in July it will be better. But so they've done that, and now going forwards, we've got the Dauphiné Libiera, which is on the 7th to the 14th of June. Chris Froome will be riding. So it's kind of like our dress rehearsal for the Tour de France.
Yep.
And then also a race in Holland. Tour of Luxembourg starts tomorrow. So we're doing quite a bit of racing, and so I actually don't sleep much at night at the moment, hoping that none of our riders crash and injure themselves, because that's a factor of the sport, unfortunately.
Speaking about that, I mean, just probably whilst discussing this interview with Renata a bit earlier, one name kind of stuck out to us, Sherlock. He's not in the team.
Yes. So Gerald Cherlek, of course, he won Milan San Remo in 2013. Has been a real rock solid rider in our team for the last 2 years. He, we were looking at it and thinking that the Tour de France has 9 flat stages, 10 hilly stages, and 2 time trials. Do we focus on the hilly stages and to try and get a result and a performance there, which is our strength? Or do we put a very heavy classics focused team of sprinters into the event, and then for the shorter amount of days that suit those types of riders? But even the flat stages in the Tour de France are really hard. It's not like a flat, plain, easy stage. They're undulating. It's a real lumpy, hard Tour de France this year. So we looked at that and we thought, let's rather put in a Reynard Janssen van Rensburg or a Tyler Farrar that has been more consistent, a Yusuf Regigi that has really done well, and try those guys and give them an opportunity, and let's hope it works.
And then, of course, the Qhubeka cause, that's quite special in your Tour de France campaign. And you've got some exciting things lined up, and also some special things happening around Madiba's birthday on the 18th of July.
So the Qhubeka charity, of course, is in our Bicycles Change Lives campaign. So we launched the campaign a couple of weeks ago to put 5,000 students on bicycles. And, since that launched our bicycleschangelives.com website, we've raised about 1,300 bikes, so that's amazing. So we're hoping to smash that number, because that is our overarching goal for the Tour de France, is to put 5,000 students on bikes, and to do that we need to be visible and we need to perform well. So that's important. But that's the major thing for us in this tour, and we're hoping that once we get through the tour that we can do that and knock that number, because then the Tour de France will say that. That they made that the visibility of their race with our team in it is, made a bigger contribution to a greater cause than just the team performing well.
Because that's an important aspect of the team as well. I mean, I think so well poised within that. I mean, there's so much you can take out of being part of MTN-Qhubeka. I mean, that in itself makes it easy to sell to investors, one would think. I mean, how's it been so far? I mean, I remember when we spoke to you, look, you're not as rich as all the other teams, but it's getting there. And your main sponsor, being MTN, they've stuck by you. To be fair as well.
MTN has been our anchor partner for 8 years, and they've been incredible. I mean, they've taken us through good and bad times, and they've lifted every year when the team's performed well. We go there and we say, listen, the dream can continue. We could potentially take a team from Africa to the highest levels of the sport, and they invested in it all that time. And Qhubeka has also stood by us as the charity, which is amazing. And then Samsung came on board the last 3 years as well to give us a bit of an injection to help us get to this level. So we're not the richest team in cycling by no stretch of the imagination, but we're an African team with African partners that really care about the potential of Africa and to see how far it can go. And we'll know in 31 days' time.
In fact, I was looking at the Eritrea as well. Eritrean TV featured the Eritrean riders on television there and got a lot of hits. So there is going to be that following as far as that is concerned. We've got 2 minutes left. You brought in that beauty. Take us through it. Is this the one that we're racing on?
So the Cervelo is the team bike that we used, and we've got a contract with them, and they're the most high-tech bikes on the market at the moment. So we definitely have the fastest bicycles in the peloton. And they have rotor cranks, Shimano, Dura Ace, electronic group sets, Envy wheels. It's all super light, super fast, super high-tech. So this is the R5 bike, which is the hill climber's bike. And we've got the S5, which is the Aero Classics bike that we'll ride. And then the P5, which is the time trial bike. But this bike is only just on the legal weight limit, so it's 6.5 kilos. Might have to put a battery on it or a magnet.
I know, let me inform as you try to pick it up. You were shocked. It's not heavy, this one.
Well, when I walked into the reception, they were asking if they could help me carry it up the stairs, and I'm like, no, it's okay, actually. It can carry itself up.
Yeah, so this is the bike that MTN-Qhubeka will be riding or driving up those hills and down the straights, and as far as the, Tour de France 2015 is concerned. I see this one's got your name in it, so there's no chance of taking it from you.
No, well, I mean, it's...
it looks about my size.
In fact, Renette has a little surprise for you, Doug. I know she's been planning this, so let me, our floor manager, is going to bring this one through. Renette would like to give you a toast. As far as the SABC team is concerned, we have been, thank you very much for being part of us. I mean, we've tried to support you guys as much as possible, but it's actually, must I do the honors?
Yes.
Oh, geez, crazy.
I know you like a closet, athlete that wants to win and be on a podium, so shake it and let's see.
No, I can't. My director's going to kill me if I get it set dirty. I'm going to pop this out away from camera, so boom, there we go.
There we go.
So I try not to mess. Let me pour them in for you.
There you go.
So, Doug, quick one, Doug. And as far as the Tour de France is concerned, while I pour, what are real expectations? I mean, as far as that is concerned.
Thanks. We're going to be incredibly visible like we were in the Tour of Spain. We're going to be a part of the major breakaways. We're hoping to win a stage. We're hoping to light up the race in the mountains where our South African and African riders will come into their own. And if we can win a stage, wear a jersey for a day, finish with all our riders, that would be a super successful Tour de France for us. And put 5,000 students on bikes.
Douglas, wishing you and the team the best of luck.
All of the best.
Good 2015 Tour de France. Cheers.
Thank you.
Well, there it is. As you can see, they're toasting away. Not SABC rather. So I'd like to adopt them already. MTN-Qhubeka as they head off to the Tour de France 2015. We'll keep you updated. Hopefully Renette does go up to Paris, France, and have a chat, and we'll speak to her. Douglas Ryder speaking to us, team principal of MTN-Qhubeka, right on Sports Live. We'll bring you again the updates, all the 11 names. We'll put them up on the screen so you can see them at home. Douglas, thank you very much for joining us. We'll take a quick break right here on Sports Live. When you return, a couple more stories, and that big story, Sepp Blatter calling it quits today. Lebang Dube is joined by Velembuli, as well as stay in touch with, I think it's Andrew Jennings, who will be speaking to us from London. Stay tuned.